You first arrive, the first thing that you will do is use our base radio phone to request for transportation if our transportation is not already waiting for you.
Matagamon landing to Matagamon base. This is Henrietta Thoreau with 9 others requesting transport across the lake to the base. (10-4), thank you Matagamon base. Matagamon landing clear. After you arrive at our landing, a shuttle driver will drive you here with your vehicle, where you will leave it for the duration of the week. Don't forget your stuff, because it's not going anywhere. You will now enter the boat. Keep it nice and tidy and make ourselves a pack line right in the center. But don't forget about safety.
Hi, welcome to MHA Adventure. How was the travel?
It was excellent.
Awesome, I'm really glad to hear that. My name's Kristen, I'll be your guide throughout the week. If you can, grab your things, put your life vest away. We'll get you started with day 1 process. What was your name?
I'm Henrietta.
Nice to meet you, Henrietta.
Good
Glad
to meet
have
you, Kristen. Good to be here.
So, welcome to our napping shed, Miss Thoreau. You can expect to leave all of your gear here as we move throughout the base and we gather up things that you'll need for your trek. That includes planning for your trip, so plan accordingly. That will get any gear and food from the commissary. You'll be leaving all your stuff here as we perform swim checks down at the landing, and we'll also be eating lunch here.
Cool. That'll only take half an hour, right?
No, so getting everything ready for your trip, you want to make sure that you're prepared, and that does not take only half an hour. You're actually going to be spending about half of your day here, but you can expect to hit water no later than 4 p.m.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Let's get ready for your trip.
Yeah.
Welcome to the map room. This is probably the first stop that you'll take when you come in to do your day 1 processes. And when you get up here, the chief guide will help walk you through all the different program possibilities and the different program areas we have to offer. Once you've picked out some of those possibilities that you want to prioritize, the chief guide will sit down and take a look at those while you continue to prepare other things for your trip. You'll come back here later in the day to the map room, and the chief guide will present you with the different options that they have planned for you, and then you'll be able to pick one, get an itinerary for that particular route, and be on your way.
Hi. After the map room, the crew is going to head on down to the commissary and continue preparing for the trek. Meanwhile, your advisors are going to come up to the conference cabin and spend about 20 minutes with the director or one of the assistant directors to go over a checklist of items such as outstanding paperwork, health and safety reminders, and any other questions that you may have.
Hello, intrepid young scouts. Welcome to our commissary. I will be your guide, walking you through all of our crew needs, or crew tools. Starting with number 1, we have Kendra, our kettle pack. Everything that you see here, almost, will go inside Kendra throughout the whole week, including toilet paper. We also give you a variety of differently sized pots, where you will be cooking the majority of your meals over a fire. If we can't get a fire started, we do provide a stove with fuel. In addition, we have utensils, also for your cooking needs. A stove, which can turn into a Dutch oven after you eat. We provide dish soap so you can wash your dishes. Hand sanitizer so you can wash your hands. A fire grate so that you can actually cook on your fire without it being in the fire. A dining fly in case it rains and you want to maybe eat not soaking wet. Including a ridge line and paracord. We provide y'all with tents. We have 2-man and 4-man options. Silky saw for cutting wood. An axe for chopping wood. A shovel for anything that you might need to shovel. There's also balers. They don't go inside Kendra, but we do provide 1 per boat. Throw ropes also don't go in Kendra, but we provide 2 per crew. We have our polar pure, which is our water purification method. It's iodine. And that is everything that you will be packing inside Kendra. Every crew member will have their own PFD, and every crew member will be correctly sized to ensure safety for all parties. Some of our helmets are adjustable, and these will be worn on whitewater. Your PFD will always be worn on the water, so that you can have the best time on the water that you deserve.
Here at MHA Adventure, you'll stop by the commissary a couple times. This time will be for your food packing. Your meals will have been individually packed into liner bags by your guide before you arrive. You will then take these bags and put them into the Osprey bags, of which you will get a couple of them. These meals are dense, higher calorie meals that meet the dietary restrictions and requirements. If you do have any dietary restrictions, feel free to reach out ahead of time, and also bring your own substitutions, as we have a limited number available here at MHA Adventure.
Hello. When your crew is ready for your shakedown, your guide will go through a more in-depth run-through of all your personal belongings to make sure that you're not overpacking for your trip. When you arrive, you will be given a 100-liter Osprey bag to share with the buddy, so that's mainly why you want to be conscious of what you're packing, because you do have to share one of these bags with a buddy. I personally am able to fit all my belongings into a 20-liter dry sack, but you have a little bit of play room, so just be conscious. In your dry sack, you will be bringing your pair of dry clothes, which is a warm layer, a warm hat, your dry shirt and pants with dry underwear and socks, and then a rundown pair of camp shoes. I just use an old pair of tennis shoes. Chances are you're going to get dirty and scratched up anyway at some point in your trip. I also like to bring some form of entertainment for all that downtime, in case you have downtime at camp. It could be a book, it could be a journal, it could be playing cards. Some form of entertainment is always helpful. I also like to bring a pack towel. It's not necessary, but it is kind of helpful for all of the swimming that you're going to be doing at one point in your trip. And then your mess kit. Mug, some silverware, a plate. I can fit all of this still into my 20-liter sack with room to spare. Going in your Osprey bag as well should be a sleeping pad. I like to use foam. Some people like the blow-up ones. And then a sleeping bag, which should be rated for 20 degrees. Mine packs down into a cinch bag, or you can just stuff it around all of your other stuff. And then you have your wet clothes, which is everything that you'll be wearing in the canoe. Includes wet pair of socks. I like to be luxurious and bring 2 pairs of socks. Synthetic shirt for quick drying, and then a quick drying pair of pants. And then wet boots. Boots are most helpful because you never know what you're going to be stepping on when you're getting in and out of the canoe. With you, on top of the Osprey bag, I would recommend packing a dry sack full of quick accessibles that you'll need when you're inside the canoe, which could be anything ranging from maybe a lighter, some bug spray, your sunglasses for the bright sunny days. I like to put my headlamp in here because you just never know when you're going to need it, and it's easy to have this at quick accessibility. You should also keep your raincoat close by just in case. The weather changes pretty frequently up here, so it's always a good thing to have this easily accessible whenever you need it. And don't forget your Nalgene. You should have at least 2 liters on you, ready to go.
If your crew chooses to hike Mount Katahdin, this is the gear that you will need to bring separately from your paddling gear. All of the gear that you bring for Katahdin we put into this boot bag, which will be delivered to you after your paddling experience. Inside of this boot bag, everyone needs a day pack. Inside of that day pack, you want a nice pair of broken-in hiking boots, something that won't fall apart. You want a pair of socks to keep dry in your boot bag so it does not get wet on trail. A headlamp is very important to keep charged. You cannot hike the mountain without a headlamp, so make sure to bring one of those. And you want at least 2 liters of water, preferably more. The water filtration will be provided by your guide when you come. And all this gear we put into your day pack, which will go into the boot bag and be delivered when needed.
Alright, welcome to Grand Lake Mattagam, and this is where you guys will conduct your swim checks. So the reason we do swim checks is so that we can get eyes on how you guys react to the water. Sometimes when you're jumping in the lake, it's different than conducting a swim check back home. You might be in a pool or warmer water. So today the water is pretty calm, but you might be out here with some waves. But you're going to have to get in the water over your head, swim out to that buoy about 75 yards. On your way back, swim halfway, doing any type of breast or backstroke. And then when you finish up here, float on your back for 10 seconds and you're good to go. When conducting the swim check, you will wear closed-toed shoes with no PFD. And always remember your buddy.
After swim checks, you and your crew will need to perform a T-rescue. If you and your crew don't know how to perform a T-rescue, you can click one of the links below and learn how to do that. Okay. Solid. That one, I felt it in my soul. That one was the best one.
I think it's the one. A hammer. No, an axe for all of your wood chopping needs.
2.
When conducting the swim check, you'll be wearing your closed-toed shoes with no PFD. Let me restart.
Okay.
And remember, it's your buddy.
2, 1. That was not enough distance. Learn how to do that. That sounded dumb. I don't know how to say that. Here we go.
We're gonna need 2 takes. What are the most annoying things that you run into with the gear? When people bring it? Now's the time. Oh, are you recording that? Bring it down real flat.
Going over a few checklist items like first aid kits, and this is a practice one, right?
Sure.
Okay. First aid kits and other checklist items. Thanks.